It's a lot. I mean, they have players that can do things that you can't teach, but they also have like coaching that puts them in the best position to win. They play aggressive.
They're all track stars.
Yeah, they're fast.
Eric Bieniemy's. I don't. If I had to guess who he's going to be coaching next year,
Detroit.
Nah, it'll be some team with like a really athletic quarterback. Like, honestly, if I were the Houston Texans, I would fire Bill O'Brien and hire me and let Deshaun Watson go to work. Like, he's going to be
That's a good one.
Like, he's going to be under a young quarterback like that who's athletic. Like, won't necessarily be a Trevor Lawrence, but wherever Justin Fields goes, or the North Dakota State QB, Trey Lance.
You got to send me highlights.
He's only playing one game. And it's like
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Central Arkansas, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
They canceled this whole season, and then they're going to do this one show-off game. That's a lot of pressure.
How much do like NFL coaches get paid?
Ooh.
Tens of millions.
Really?
Well, head coaches.
Yeah, head coaches.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Assistants might get a couple mil.
Nah, they probably get it 100,000.
Like the high end.
Yeah, like probably like $500,000 or something a year.
Like
on the top end.
$2 million if you're like one of the best assistant coaches.
Nah, but you probably would be a coordinator, like maybe like a special assistant, but you'd be on like the mass head.
Yeah,
I'd be pissed if I was a vice president making 20% of what the president was making. I feel like
it'd be like that.
That's crazy.
Interesting dynamic.
But yeah, despite the exciting Monday night game, Marlon Humphreys got paid.
Yeah.
5 years, $98.75 million contract extension. He's now the second highest paid corner in the NFL behind, you guessed it, L.A. Ram, Jalen Ramsey. He's second behind him at $19.75 million. Despite the fact that they had a bad game, he's been one of the best corners in the league since he came into the league. And I shared a meme, I think it was this week, or it might have been last week, of like Alabama's roster from like 2016 or 7. I think it was 2018 maybe. But like they had sophomores and freshmen on that starting defense, and then all the seniors and juniors, and all of them are in the NFL. They're all like on an NFL team and have been Pro Bowlers at one point. Like the entire defense that lost to Deshaun Watson in the national title game. So I think it was 2016 maybe.
So this is a tangent, but what is the draft pool going to look like now with a totally changed college football schedule? Like,
the
just
draft will still be the same. And they're probably still going to do the combine. It's probably going to be even harder for media access, especially if you're like.
But is it going to be better for players because they're going to have less tread, or is it going to be worse because they're getting less practice, and they're going to be more raw or out of shape or whatever? Yeah, whatever their thing might be.
Not the top end guys, because the top end guys you already know who they are, and a couple more opted in and a lot more.
But I just wonder if there's going to be more or about the same amount of busts.
I think people are going to be doing their more individual
homework
combines. Like people were
workouts,
they were sending in pro days. So I think you'll see that set up, and people are preparing for that now. So I think the first round picks and other guys would be like, oh, I had a whole pro day planned, training thing planned. I'm gonna send the NFL teams, so I'm gonna plan that now. Like Northwestern's tackle, I forget his first name, but his last name Slater. And he was like, me playing a season this late into the fall or into the spring makes no sense. I'd rather prepare for my rookie year than ball all out for this year and try to prepare for my rookie year. Like, the timetable is just, it's too much of a crunch. So a lot of guys are just sacrificing their last year of college, like, all right, I'm going to just go straight to the league and prep for that. So I think, more people will be prepared. But we'll have way less information as far as, like, people from the outside. And then, again, like, media coverage. Because those I'm looking for the Senior Bowl to see if they're going to restrict everybody's access. Because I know it's in Alabama, and it's also like South Alabama Stadium, and their indoor facility is much nicer. But if they do what they did this year, where like they canceled a practice and then texted a bunch of people, or they didn't text anybody. They put up like on their IG or Twitter or whatever that, oh, we're gonna have a practice here, and then all the media can come, and then when you get there, like they're already turning people away, and people on Twitter are yelling like, I can't get in, and you just told me I could get in. So I don't know. It's twofold. Anyways,
back to a story that we haven't heard 1,000 times.
That was a tangent, but yeah.
The Titans Steelers game postponed due to COVID reasons. Shout out to the Titans.
So you said the two most boring teams in the league, but they're undefeated.
For real. They play a lot alike, honestly.
Allegedly, they have like 9 players who caught COVID, the Titans. Allegedly. Some like reports.
Where are they from?
Tennessee Titans.
Nashville.
But yeah, it was mostly when the Vikings played them, the Vikings didn't have any positive tests. But the Titans did, and yeah, now they're pretty much sitting. So this is going to be a bye week. At first they were like, no, we can move the game to Monday or Tuesday. Now they're like, nah, we'll just reschedule it to like week 7 or something. So it's going to be their bye.
That's a lot, man. To go to thinking you're playing one of the best matchups of the week, only because this week has some sorry ass matchups, like some games
it's probably the most
nobody
boring,
really cares about.
Probably the most boring week of the NFL in a long time. College football.
The best
has more
games
drama.
probably Kansas City and New England, and that's going to be a blowout.
Realistically,
honestly, it's more fun watching who's going to get fined for not wearing a mask. Honestly, at this point,
that's pretty fantastic.
Like, they're giving out $100,000 fines. People are talking about draft picks now, and also, what else did they say? Draft picks, suspensions. That's what it was.
So that is gonna be interesting because Gruden's like really testing it. Like Gruden's one of the coaches really testing that line.
There's about 4 of them now, I feel like.
But Gruden definitely is. Somebody said he had a G-string on his face. I was like, oh man.
Oh man.
Some Buffalo Bill type. She took the picture. You Googled the picture, didn't you?
Bruh, you're in Vegas, dog. Damn, that's crazy. I wonder if his wife was okay with that. They probably hit the strip club on the way to practice. In the limo. They probably had a private strip facility in that.
You thought my Senior Bowl thing was dicey.
That new practice facility. Here I go, fucking up credentials before I even get a chance. Nah, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I don't know what's next. Should we do college football?
Indeed.
How many teams are playing in college football right now?
Well, funny you ask. The Mountain West and Pac-12 are officially back. Kenny.
Yep. The Big Ten pretty much sparked all this. The MAC is coming back November 4th. The Pac-12 is going to have a 7-game season. The Mountain West is going to have an 8-game season. Literally, when we left here, like 30 minutes after that, that's when like the Mountain West dropped it. Like, we're back.
Yeah.
I was like, you cheeky bastards. But, I mean, it's kind of like Thursday night trying to get bad football out of your mouth, out of, what you just saw. Oh, all the Power 5 schools are back now. So that's good to know. They all pretty much have their testing situation, I guess, settled. It's all pretty uniform. But week after week, more and more people are getting COVID in college football. It's getting really out of hand.
Yeah.
Like, it started off for some people, we're down like 30 guys. Now, like, every week somebody's going down, and like 5 games got canceled this week.
What happens, like, what's the process of that?
They're like, there's too many COVID people, we can't risk it, because there's like a isolation period and everything, and they just can't afford to like have a game. Like, a couple teams had to pull out. Like, Virginia pulled out. Virginia Tech was playing North Carolina State. Virginia Tech got 26 people out, One of them is their defensive coordinator.
Good Lord.
And their starting quarterback. And they still
we're not playing.
So they blew them out. It was like 52-20. They blew out North Carolina State.
Because they didn't have starters playing?
No,
they're just better.
So.
They're just better than North Carolina State, but Virginia Tech had 26 people out. Their defensive coordinator was out. Mike Norvell out of Florida State, he's coming back to coach. Like Lincoln Riley from Oklahoma already said that he wasn't gonna say who was missing from COVID a couple weeks ago because of competitive advantages. That's what he used as an excuse, but every week, more and more people are getting it, and with Oklahoma, I guess he can do it now because they lost to Kansas State for the second year in a row. They lost 38-35 to Kansas State. Their new head coach just has Lincoln Riley's number, and if they're 7th in the country and they already have one loss, pretty much done for a playoff. It's kind of over for Oklahoma. It's going to probably be all SEC schools.
Yeah, it looks like the top 25 was a little more normal than it did last week.
I think Tulane was almost ranked at one point. Yeah. Army was ranked.
North Carolina still.
Tulane was probably wild. Oh, are they shut down? Louisiana?
Tulane had a bunch of people out with COVID too. But Louisiana, formerly known as Louisiana Lafayette, but now they just go by Louisiana. They're like 19th in the country, I think. They're still ranked.
Why'd they drop the Lafayette?
Branding. Louisiana.
There's a disconnect there.
I guess.
I
mean, it makes
Lafayette,
sense if you can do it.
And
why not?
They'll probably get clobbered by LSU, but they had guys drafted last year, so they want to separate. They want to be the thing, and now they're nationally ranked. What did they move up from 19? They better not be like 15.
I don't even see them on the 25.
UCF had like 20 guys out, but they had 10 guys who opted out for the season. They blew out whoever the hell they played.
Yeah, they're ranked 11.
Yeah,
UCF's
ranked 11th again.
I mean, Texas is 9.
Texas beat Texas Tech like 56 to like 52 or some shit after being down by like 40 points.
I saw that. That's
Lord.
It was ridiculous.
Our top 25 tracker.
Shout out to Matthew McConaughey.
All right,
I'm so tired of
what's
Texas.
the most random team on here this week?
Go ahead and tell me. It's probably Baylor or some shit because Baylor beat Kansas.
Memphis?
How is Memphis still ranked?
They're 1-0 and dropped 8 spots.
Well, LSU is 20th and they don't have a win.
But they lost.
That's because, yes, that was my next point. By the way, Michigan left tackle Jalen Mayfield. I guess all these guys from the Big Ten are getting their waivers so they can now play. Wyatt Davis out of Ohio State, Sean Wade.
The opt-out tracker.
Yeah, 2 of those guys had already signed with agents, apparently, but they all got their waivers. Yeah. And Mike Leach upset LSU in his first debut as an SEC coach and at Mississippi State. And Stanford quarterback KJ Costello, he's a grad transfer, set a record with 632 pass yards, the most in SEC history.
Good Lord.
Yep, and 5 touchdowns against LSU.
Damn.
In their home opener, and it was 44-34. LSU's ranked 6th in the country. I don't think Mississippi State's ever won their opener like against that highly ranked of a team. LSU got embarrassed. Like they were just in man the whole time. Like they just didn't respect the offense or the players. But yeah, they got smoked badly.
I have a buddy at work that took advice from another friend that's like an LSU alum, and he's like, "That's a game. That game's a lock. That game's a lock." And he put some money down on it, and he lost that money. Ooh. And I just hear him all day. He's like, "Oh yeah, LSU's a fucking lock." But
all those 5-star corners,
yeah, man,
got ate up.
I should hit up my coworker who's a LSU alumni. She's probably hurt.
Leave her alone right now.
let the wound heal.
She's like, we did win a national title. Who's your team? Yeah, you're going to say UCLA? Yeah, don't do that.
Hashtag Lobos.
Y'all can't beat Fresno State.
But yeah, man, Mike Leach put down for the West Coast, showing the SEC what's up.
I mean, and people like Cal and other West Coast teams, Pac-12 teams, are like, there's a way to stop his offense, but y'all don't respect that kind of offense in the SEC.
You're just like, oh, let me pack with 7.
No, we got our 5-star corners who we're gonna put out there when